Morning, everyone.
I have a prayer this morning for the Ukraine. Dear God, I pray that you grant President Zelensky boldness as he stands up to the forces of wickedness in high places, and as he stands up for the beloved country of the Ukraine. By the power of the blood of the Lamb, I pray that God gives you grace to overcome these forces. I pray that you grant peace and safety for Ukraine and the country's people. Lord, I give you all the glory, honor, and praise. Amen.
You want me to go get it?
We'll have a document made.
Yeah, if you want to read it.
So the county administrator approved on February 15th a liquor license concurring with Bainbridge Township trustees and now requesting a hearing on the liquor license being requested by Chipotle Mexican Grill, Colorado, LLC, doing business as Chipotle Mexican Grill, 3725, located at 7020 Aurora Road. And on February 21st, 2023, for maintenance, approved hiring Gary Merker to the position of full-time maintenance worker to be effective March 13th, 2023, at the rate of $16.71 per hour, within 1 year probationary period, and approved hiring Jerry Terrell to the position of full-time maintenance worker to be effective March 20, 2023, at the rate of $16.71 per hour, within 1 year probationary period. Both of these offers of employment is contingent upon the successful completion of the required pre-employment conditions. And another liquor license concurred with Bainbridge Township trustees and not requesting a hearing on the liquor license being requested by Spice King LLC, doing business as Paradise Indian Cuisine, located at 18815 North Marketplace Drive in Aurora.
We have a motion for January 5th and the 10th meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWark?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye. Morning.
Good morning.
Okay, today's financials include travel encumbrances from Common Police Court to attend a domestic relations spring seminar. Also from Emergency Services to attend the Davis-Bessie Power Station exercise. JFS to accompany a client on a court-ordered visitation. And from the Probate Court to attend the 2023 National College of Probate Judges Spring Conference. There's also a purchase order from JFS to Junction Buick GMC Incorporated to purchase a 2023 GMC Terrain replacement vehicle, and a purchase order from Transit to Junction Buick GMC Incorporated for the purchase of a new 2023 GMC Sierra 3500 HD four-wheel drive service vehicle. This is also replacing an older service vehicle as well that they're holding on to. They're going to be using it through the winter and then use the new one in the spring.
Okay.
Among the vouchers are $116,797.35 from the Commissioner's Office to Portage Geauga Joint Juvenile Detention Center for our first quarter 2023 operational commitment. And then there's a revenue certification from the Sheriff's Office and their 911 fund for additional revenue to be received this year.
I'll make a motion on the financials.
Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWark?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
All right, thanks very much.
You'll be back.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
Really good.
Got two items on the agenda this morning. Item number 5, the engineer's office requesting the board approve and execute change order number 1 and final, increasing the contract with Braylon Incorporated for the replacement of the Bolingbrook Drive Bridge, Bainbridge Township, in the amount of $1,080.
Okay. Make the motion.
Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWark?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye.
New item number 6, the engineer's office requesting the board award the bid to Woodford Excavating LLC for the replacement of the Washington Street Bridge BR 0606-F-05310-2023 in our township in the amount of $312,416 as they represent the lowest and best bid. The bid bond submitted shall be held to serve as the performance bond for this project.
Okay, so move.
Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWark?
Aye.
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
That's it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Morning.
Morning, Sheriff.
Morning, Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
This number 7 is just the actual equitable sharing agreement that we have to do every year for the federal money.
Okay. So move.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Thank you.
Do you want to do that one while we're up here?
Probably you go ahead and do that.
Take some steps.
Since you're sitting. So, you previously discussed at the meeting about the deputy for downstairs.
Yes.
You want to add anything else to
Yeah.
it, or?
Talked with the sheriff and Tom about a plan for how we're gonna do this going forward. So what we're looking for is the commissioners to authorize the sheriff's office to provide a deputy, create a deputy position at the front desk for security purposes for this building. Not working Monday through Friday. Yeah, you want to just read the motion again? Sorry.
The Commissioner's Office is requesting the board approve and authorize the sheriff to establish a building security position for the county office building located at 12611 Ravenwood Drive. It covers the hours of 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. Monday through Friday for a maximum of 50 hours per week, effective on or about February 27, 2023, with a not to exceed amount of $150,000 per year.
Okay, great. I'll make a motion.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Very good. We'll get that, we've already got people that are interested in somebody that we're going to probably assign there, and we're going to do that as soon as we can, and meet with Jared, and got to get access to the building, get your phone down there, and get computers and that kind of stuff, so.
Sure.
And then we talked about having a calendar for the building, what's going on.
Yeah.
Everybody can put their, people, if they're having meetings or whatever.
Good idea.
That's gonna be the first place somebody goes, and I ask, where's this meeting, where's that, what, we don't know, so. I think it'll be good.
Absolutely. Yeah, I went the other day after our last meeting. I think everything's there for, computers and phones.
Yeah, we checked it.
Yeah.
Everything is there, it's just a matter of getting the equipment, getting it installed.
Okay.
And big thing will be keeping up with the calendar so that every, room that's got reserved for something, we know what it's being reserved for, so.
That's right.
Keeping that up to date is.
Do we have anything yet, any type of software or anything that keeps track of that, like a calendar that's shared throughout the building?
Maintenance handles the calendar for
Okay.
the scheduling for the conference rooms.
Okay.
And that calendar is accessible, actually on their website.
Okay.
For scheduling purposes.
Oh, good.
And then the only thing that's not included in that is the commissioner's conference room, so this room and then the conference room behind. But the only other person that's using this room right now currently is the health department.
Health,
district. So, and when we schedule those, I drop that on Jerry, Glenn, and Megan's calendar.
Okay.
And so what we talked about this morning is then we would drop it on the deputies'
Great.
email as well as an
That's
outlet,
a
just so
good
that
idea.
they're aware, because their meetings are after hours. So they start at 5. So,
Yeah, so how would that work?
We'll figure it out.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
We'll figure it out.
okay, very
If
good.
that means we gotta get one of the court guys to fill in the morning so you can work a later shift or whatever, it'd be pretty flexible.
Gotcha. Very good. I think it's a prudent thing to do, so.
Yeah, really, the 240 employees here, I feel safer with the resource officer here and for the public. We have a lot of foot traffic since we combined all the departments that are here, and it's going to be a great thing.
and then to add to that, we were talking this morning with Jerry this morning about establishing a committee for the security for the building to then review and go further.
That's right.
Kind of like what you have established at the courthouse, to establish one for this building.
Good plan. Yeah, get a plan together. Yeah.
And then that would also aid with Kathy with evacuation plans and that such as well, so.
Very good. Do we, that kind of just down that, do we have drills ever, like fire drills or emergency drills? We do have those?
Yes,
Okay.
but that's something that you.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to help.
Okay.
coordinate those things.
Oh, good.
So, like I
Okay.
say, the responsibilities that he'll have, with the security committees and representatives from every floor, and, you know, just to make sure everybody's in the loop on everything, and if there are drills, they'll be assisting with that kind of stuff.
Great.
Usually with fire drills, the fire department's already here, and they set the alarms off.
Well, usually schedules better, but
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for working with us on that. Yeah, appreciate it.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good.
Hello. All right, so item number 8 is the Department of Development, Community and Economic is requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the First Amendment to the Building Demolition and Site Revitalization Program Grant Agreement for Section 1, the award of the grant funds in the amount of $4,140,641.
you want to do a second one, is it?
And then the second would be, again, this is amendment number 2. And that is actually just changing the date of completion. The state did extend it to June 30th, 2024. So these are both amendments to the original grant agreement for the revitalization demo grant that we had signed that part last year.
The original agreement didn't have a dollar amount in it, it was still in the state was only going to give $500,000 per county, but because of some counties didn't use it, we were able to get more. And then the second part is extending the date because it took so long to get.
It took them so long to.
It was for the state to award the grants, so it's not, nothing that we did on our side that caused us to happen.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of discussion through CCAO, the Commissioners Association. There's been a lot of questions about this and how it works and such. And so,
It was a program, I think, that the state kind of threw in when, because of the ARPA funds.
Right.
And they really didn't
Think
think
it
it
all the
through
way
before
through.
they started it.
and so how will people apply for that? Do you have, is that also?
So the applications have already been done, those were secured almost a year ago,
Okay.
actually, to date. And they applied, and then I loaded all of that into the back end of the system with the state. So the recipients are obviously ICP, LLC, and then Chesterland with the small house, the Emery house that they have to demo, which all came, before you. So those
Is that
were all-
within this number or?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. It's a small project.
And they're like 22.
It's like just shy of 21,000, I believe.
Okay.
So the $4,140,000.
Encompasses the entire award amount.
Chester Township's house that they want to tear down.
How much is that?
20,700.
The Dog Lake properties.
When this first came available, we put it out to all the townships, let them know. They, some people found out through the townships, and then it came to us and made the request. At the time, we thought, we thought we were gonna get 500,000, so we were making sure everybody did. We told them, because the way the state set it up and said they would reevaluate based on how much was there, we told everybody, put in as much as you think you would need. There was actually originally a request from West G schools for the demolition of the Newberry schools, but they chose to move forward with their demolition because the grant was taking so long to get there. There was an additional funding that was needed then too.
And there's probably no reimbursement for that.
No.
Okay.
We notified them not to do it, but they chose to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is the number then with the ICP that they're going to be using?
It actually is $20,700 less than the $4 million here that's listed. 20,700 is for the Henry House in Chesterland. So they're small project.
So who's going to be receiving that money then?
That money is the grant, and that would actually go towards retro for some of the work that's already been done in that area. And then anything moving forward.
This is actually a state project. We are flow through, or CDBG and the commissioners are flow through agency on this. The state made the decision on whether it fit within that program or anything, and how much they're going to make.
I see. Okay.
All right. I'll make a motion on 8 and 9.
Second the motion?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Rea?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Thank you.
You bet.
All right, and then number 10 and 11, we are requesting that the board approve an SE2 contract with Kangas Realty Investors for the Camp Foamy Dakota Winterization Project in the amount of $58,800, and also accept the performance bond from Kangas Realty Investors LLC and release their bid bond.
So moved.
Second?
I keep catching it.
Any questions on that?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Thank you.
Okay, great, thanks.
You're very welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
We have 5 items this morning. First item is the Water Resource requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the application for authorization permit to use of county credit cards form pursuant to ORC 301.27 for the year 2023 for German credit union Visa with a not to exceed amount per month as follows: $2,000 for Steve Rolwich, Nick Doris, and Dave Osborne, and $1,000 Linda Parrish and Kathleen Young.
Okay, so moved.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
I'll combine 13 and 14.
Thanks.
Proposed service agreements for CUE excavating contractors to perform general excavating services as needed at various water locations and at various wastewater locations within the department for a period of 1 year effective February 23rd, 23, and an amount not to exceed $15,000.
Okay, so moved.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Number 15, the department is requesting the board approve and execute change order number 1, increasing the contract with HDR Engineering for the McFarland wastewater treatment plant upgrade and renovation project for additional work performed outside the original scope of work in the amount of $147,500.
Make the motion?
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
And this is for engineering and design?
Engineering is a little over on the hours. We just changed some design parameters. We got some assistance for filing for more money. Talking about that if possible, maybe after the meeting, when you're done, either Mr. Spillier or Mr. Lennon can drop by the department so I can give a briefing on the needs at the department.
Okay.
And my last item, Water Resource requesting board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the Ohio Water Development Authority application for release of retainer funds for Trax Construction Company for the Chardon Township wastewater plant and for the project in the amount of $49,324.55.
Will this be the last
This is the last
payment?
retainage. The next thing that will be coming is the pay request for that. So that'll be the end of the project.
Has the moisture problem on the masonry building been resolved?
So, not all of it, some of it.
Will the maintenance agreement with that company take care of the moisture problem?
Some of it has already been taken care of by the company, and some of it we're going to a year.
Okay.
Honest.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Thank you very much.
All right. Can you keep me posted on that moisture problem on the masonry building?
We have challenges getting fixed. Actually, the big part's already done.
Okay. Thank you.
The next item is just approving a unpaid leave for Linda Berhenny. When you guys determined the resolution, she already had a vacation plan, so it's just requesting unpaid leave from February 21st through March 3rd.
Great, so moved.
Second?
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner DeWart?
Yeah.
Commissioner Spillier? Jerry could not approve it because they're part of our office. Okay, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23 are all troops within the Kenston Service Unit for Girl Scouts. The first three are silver awards, the bottom three are bronze awards. And they each did different projects for earning their awards. I don't know if you want to go over all of them, or if you want to, how do you want me to do this? You want to talk about briefly what they did for each one? Okay. So 71307 is a cadet troop, and they earned their silver award by meeting with One Step at a Time organization that helps aging out foster kids that often don't drive and lack life skills. So they created a how-to library with books that cover topics like cooking, resume writing, interviewing, home improvement, and put together a binder with local tech schools and career programs to get them interested, including driver's education. And then they donated cleaning products and kitchen items and that kind of stuff, and spend a day at the house cleaning, working with them. 71522 is also a cadet troop, and they earned their silver award. They attended a presentation at the Jogga Park District about bringing back the American Kestrel population and the American Kestrel population. And went to the Cleveland Metro Parks and to a Birds of Prey program. Cool. And did research on food sources, habitat, and nesting habitats. And with the help of the Cleveland Audubon Society, chose bluebirds, wood ducks, and the kestrels, and created 15 bluebird nesting boxes, 3 large kestrel boxes, and 4 large wood duck boxes, and installed them in the appropriate habitat along with the Park District and the Audubon Society, and they all were successful.
That's great.
So, yes, it was kind of neat.
I love that.
The third cadet troop, 71279, earned their silver award by visiting the Sugar Falls Park Community Center and working with their director on ways to improve the community. They placed banners with the purpose of spreading the Girl Scout message, including kindness, and by adding color to their playground area. They donated much needed basic school supplies to the facility. The junior troop 71484 earned their bronze award using the skills that they learned from their Think Like an Engineer journey, which is all part of earning their bronze award to their gold award, by building emergency outdoor structures and a feral cat shelter that were donated to Rescue Village, and then attended a bird quest at the Westwoods, and working with Cleveland Audubon Society, learned about types of birdhouses, structures, and the different structures that are required for each one of the birds, and built birdhouses for the society. Junior Girl Scout Troop 70822 earned their bronze award by meeting with the homeless hookup to identify needs of the homeless community and assist them with daily struggles. They purchased supplies and put together 80 first aid kits that were to be distributed, and designed, built, and painted a mobile-free library for use on all of the homeless hookup stops in Cleveland. They felt that those on hard times still need respect and education. Junior Girl Scout Troop 71487 earned their bronze award by gaining approval from their school building principal, I'm guessing at Kenston, to improve the flower beds in the front of their school. They researched the best types of plants and flowers that would grow in the conditions there, cleaned out the beds, and purchased and planted new flowers and trees. And that's it.
Some really unique, interesting projects, for sure. Good ones.
So, if we have a motion on 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23.
Second.
Mr. Lemon?
Yes.
Mr. White?
Yes.
Mr. Barrett? They have a event. It is Sunday, the 26th. It's coming up this weekend. I literally just got this last week. At 1 o'clock at Timmons Elementary School, if anyone is interested in attending, you can go and present resolutions.
At what o'clock?
It's at 1 o'clock at Timmons Elementary School. They're gonna come and pick up the resolutions so that we have them, just in case anybody isn't able to attend. So that was 18 through 23.
It's always good to see the next generation caring about the community.
Okay,
The next.
24.
24, 25, and 26, Adrian is gonna talk to you guys about.
Twice in 1 year.
I didn't do that. Sure. Well, this is about the acceptance of credit cards. To go through the whole process.
Okay, just to bring everybody up to date, over the last several months, the Commissioner's Office has been working with both the Treasurer's Office and the Prosecutor's Office to solicit proposals from companies that provide credit card and payment processing services. The request for proposals was advertised. We received 4 proposals back towards the end of January. One from Forte, one from MSB, and one from Sturgis, and also Paya. The details of each one of those proposals is in front of you there. The Treasurer wrote a letter of recommendation to the Commissioners to accept the proposal of Sturgis. It is, in the end, it is up to the Commissioners. The Commissioners are the ones that make the decision on who to solicit contracts from. We currently use both Forte, MSB, and Sturgis. My suggestion to the board is that we continue to work with those 3 companies by soliciting contracts with them. The Commissioners previously had contracted with MSB. That was, I believe, a 3-year contract. We've done 2 one-year extensions, and we're coming up on 1 month left of a 3-month extension that we did with them to get us through this process. I think Forte, MSB, and Sturgis all have pluses and minuses to their proposals. I think any department that is going to be joining with us on this acceptance of credit cards, financial transaction devices, is free to continue to use the one that they're currently using or switch to one of the other plans depending on what their mix is, because these each represent slightly different takes on how to utilize the credit cards. Forte probably has one of the more complex proposals. Forte is currently being used by the Treasurer's Office as well as Water Resources. The Treasurer's Office uses them to process credit card payments as well as e-checks, as does Water Resources. They actually have a lockbox where, and Jerry will attest to this too, when you are doing your financial transaction with your bank to pay a bill, you think that money just goes electronically to whoever you're paying. But really, in a lot of cases, the bank is actually cutting a check and sending it to the person that you're sending the money to. It's not, so we would get just a ton of these bank checks without any stubs or anything, so they were very difficult and time-consuming to process. So what Forte did for Water Resources is they diverted a number of those bank checks and then send it off to us all in one deposit.
Electronically?
Correct.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, via an ACH transfer.
Yeah.
And then all we have to do is post them.
Mhm.
There's far less.
Instead of processing individual checks.
Correct, yeah. So, currently MSB is used by the building department, the health department, and the Department on Aging. Sturgis is being used right now exclusively only by the Treasurer's Office. So Sturgis is probably the one that is the most straightforward, basic proposal, as far as the number of different options that they have. I think it would behoove us, as I said, to maintain the ones that are currently being used and continue to contract with multiple companies in order to provide people with options. If one of these companies were to stop doing it or, declare bankruptcy or whatever, we would still have other options to go with and move to, while minimizing the effect that would have on the residents.
The recommendation from the treasurer, the letter here?
Yes.
Is that pertaining to just his office, or is he saying for the entire county, or what's he saying here?
Well, that, basically what he's saying is that he would recommend that the county contract with Sturgis to provide credit card processing and e-check processing services for every department that elects to join with us. They do have to, every department that signed on to that original resolution, only one has actually sent us in writing confirmation that they will adopt whatever contracts the commissioners approve, and that's the recorder's office. So as we go through this process over the next month to get contracts with these, whichever firms you decide, we will need to reach out to those departments to make sure that if they are going to be joining us, that they send us that declaration in writing.
Okay. Yeah, I tend to agree with you to keep so you don't have all your eggs in one basket. Having the ability to diversify and then different departments or whatever, or offices can choose who they want to deal with.
Yeah, and it's also, if a department does decide they want to switch because they like the MSB proposal or they like the Sturgis proposal, just like with everything, it's much easier to switch when you already have that. And so that's part of what my recommendation is. We are also recommending that we reject the proposal from FitNet Paya. Looking at their proposal, the fees and charges within their terms of conditions were considered to be unacceptably high. So they were one of the highest amounts, 2.95% of every transaction. And there are minimums, there's charges for ACH checks, there's chargeback return, they want to charge us $10 a month for their PCI compliance, whereas all the three other ones, that's included. And they also, training and implementation, after go live with Paya, there's some rather significant hourly charges that would go along with any change that we will make.
Agree with you on that.
Yep.
Also, it appears that their equipment is not. So like the other three have their equipment, they provide the equipment, but Paya does not, that's what I'm looking at for So it's not included in the proposal.
They did not, in other words, I think with most of these, depending on which equipment you decide to go with, some of it is free, some of it there is a charge for. The thing with Paya is they didn't even tell me what they would be providing us. So the other three at least told us the terminals that they're using and included the pricing on everything, but we didn't even get an idea of what Paya would be providing us with.
Excellent. Okay, good. All right. Someone's recommendation. Yep. So,
Do you want me to go ahead and read the motions then?
sure.
Okay. So the Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board acknowledge receipt of the letter of recommendation from Treasurer Christopher Hitchcock as administrative agent in regards to the acceptance of payments by financial transaction devices, credit cards. And the Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board review the proposals submitted and accept them and choose to contract with Gila LLC, DBA Municipal Services Bureau, MSB Payment Processing, Sturgis powered by PayPal, a Catalyst, is that how you say that? Catalyst Company, and CSG Forte, as they are the appropriate financial institutions, issuers, and processors that submitted acceptable proposals in response to the county's request for proposals for the payment of county expenses by financial transaction devices pursuant to ORC 301.28. And finally, the Commissioner's Office is requesting the Board reject the financial transaction devices payment proposal from FitNet Paya pursuant to ORC 301.28, Section C, and to provide the required notice to FitNet that its proposal is rejected as the fees and charges within the terms and conditions of its proposal were considered to be unacceptably high.
Okay, I'll make the motion. Second.
Commissioner Lennon?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Commissioner Spillier?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Got one. Court Tim sign for me. Right. For that zero.
So that if this happened, specifically for all of the cases.
Here, you want to go into the leadership?
Yes. I was on board.
Were you?
What's the program in 2011?
So,
Good.
So we would practice.
And then they do like little. Yeah, yes, they ask questions.
I think when introduced in the morning, a file, I would think they take great lights and.
Okay. It's just kind of,
There's no arrows. Let's go with that. Honestly. I think it's 30 or 35 people.
it's a lot.
Yeah. So we had, I think we had 30.
We're wondering about the scan we were downstairs, was that under the?
And I saw people come there, like, I have a cultural situation on South Franklin Street. And the neighbors are there, it's a lady there. Still in court.
Okay, but
You retired?
They said last
If you can't do it, you want to see the trustees and then in sidebar, you make it deal.
Right.
So it stays on board.
Getting a judgment agreement, because they want that now. They want to blame the courts that they're forced to do.
Right.
Yeah, and then to.
Is there water down by?
Every other building we have is more than all.
Down by, Breakfast cheese, do they have to do their own,
I was at Icon. Yeah. Oh, Grip On. Tango Bay. Last night. Tango Bay, the building and everything.
I speak to a lot on the phone.
Yeah.
It was built in 08. So I was asking questions.
Second person I knew.
We trade over something like that, Solutions. They do the same thing, Tango Bay did Crystal. And so they sold, yeah, they sold the building and everything to this new company. In Single Bay, for 15 years. Well, December 20th, 2022, they sold it to this company. That's the end. You know, it's just doing business.
Yeah. Smart.
So hopefully,
That guy cashed out, he did really well.
oh yeah, because it doesn't transfer, you can tax it, but it doesn't transfer.
No, they got some. Is there any water at 44 and 42? Right. So they, all that investment.
There's been questions about that water system in there. We've kind of said, what is complained about the assessments for the problem for so long. Those are going up, now you got water assessment.
But for businesses down there.
Yeah.
Like if that's ever gonna develop.
Yeah, well, my opinion on that is it's not water.
Because that Cernas restaurant across the street, there's that brewery, which.
But it's zoned for it.
It's owned for it, yeah, but anything that's ever tried to go in there.
Because they don't have water.
Well, no, I mean, not asking for water, just going as it is. They get put it out or turn it down.
So that's.
Probably could do like a bait shop.
And like the south side of 422.
Yeah. Years ago, Akron had talked to us about, or we went back about providing water down there. They were fine, they'd be okay with, giving us rights to do it.
Is he texting you back?
No, but he was ready to be 10:30 anyway, so we can.
Okay, so let's make a motion to move into executive session for the purpose of discussion of pending litigation with Jerry, Tim, Jim, myself,
And see.
and Stephen Paul.
Second.
Commissioner Wood?
Yes.
Commissioner Ward?
Yes.
Commissioner Blair?
Right. Okay, back from executive session at
11:47.
with no action.
Make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so you're not here next week? Okay.